Hey everyone. Have you ever thought that you felt unqualified to do something important? That question kind of hit me last Sunday when I was at Mass. A woman was speaking about being a Eucharistic minister, and she thought to herself, I'm not qualified to hand out the Eucharist to people, to give Jesus's body or blood to people. But she is qualified because God often works through ordinary people. Maybe there's a struggling friend that you've encountered. Maybe there's a family member that's going through a difficult season of their life. Maybe there's a community issue that might seem too big for one person to solve. Many of us have dealt with moments like this. Today's gospel, Jesus looks at the crowds. He sees people who are confused and searching for direction. He was so moved with compassion because they were like sheep without a shepherd. That's where the gospel becomes interesting, because what happens next was surprising. Jesus didn't simply look at the problem. He doesn't only talk about the problem. He calls on 12 ordinary people and sends them out. They weren't famous leaders. They weren't religious celebrities. They were just ordinary men who were still learning themselves. Yet Jesus entrusted them with his mission. Sometimes we may think that God works through just extraordinary people, people with special gifts or so much influence, special qualifications. But there's so many times throughout the Bible that God repeatedly discusses working through ordinary people who are just willing. The disciples didn't have every answer, but just like this Eucharistic minister, she was willing. They just said yes. So maybe today's invitation about the gospel is not to ask yourself if you're qualified, but maybe it's God is inviting you to show compassion, to have a conversation, to spread an act of kindness, to just give a simple moment of encouragement, because those small things become significant in God's eyes. Jesus saw the people around him that needed him, ordinary people. Maybe that's what he's still doing with you today. So if you think to yourself, where do you see a need around you right now? And how might God be inviting you? I hope you have a great day today. Thanks for listening.